Look at that. It's like the misty mountains over there. Mist. Can't see the moors from this vantage point. What is up, my friends? Did you see that? That's the weather outside right now. That's what I have to contend with out that door. This is On the Bench with Pete, the series you put on in the background as you hobby or paint along with me. So grab your glues, brushes, models, whatever else you need to do that. Tea, coffee, you may need something like that, and we'll get about an hour of hobby stuff done together. Just pop me on in the background and together we'll get stuff done while I talk about life, the universe and everything else, maybe even some hobby stuff. So let's get to the bench. What is going on? Here we are again. I'll tell you what's going on. I'm going to do a little bit of terrain for my Middle Earth escapades, and these are bits of the expanding foam that I used I'm using in conjunction with my Hobbit hill. Now I've got some bases on the way, like some MDF random bases. I'll get rid of this, I think. And they haven't arrived yet. I was hoping they'd be here by now, but oh well. So I ideally would have liked to stuck these down first, but I can do some of the areas I want. And I'm going to use my Vallejo earth texture, dark earth. It doesn't really matter because I'm probably going to use paint to colour it anyhow. So yeah, so I'm just going to slap this on over here. Now let me tell you about my Hobbit hole. Of course, the expanding foam was just to get like the main structure up and running. Just to get the main structure shape, have something for the outer layers to adhere to. So we've got the expanding foam. Well, I've put some filler or spackle on top of that. So when that dries, which I'm hoping it will do before I go back to work in a couple of days, because it's not too dry here at the moment. When that happens, I will seal it with PVA, and then I will prime it. That was exactly what didn't want to happen. Well, but these things do happen. Yes, these just going to be like, I don't know, clusters of earth, mounds. And I'm thinking I need something to kind of represent mounds, in case my party, because it's for the solo role-playing game, but in case my party end up anywhere near the Barrow Downs, so I'm going to need mounds, hill-like mounds, all shapes and sizes. So this could be ideal for that, or any other terrain really that I deem I want. Yeah, so just gonna get this on here. Yeah, I am a bit gutted about the bases not turning up, but such is life, Such is life. Now, how's preparations coming for the role-playing game? Oh, they're coming on splendidly. The reading material is all there. I say all there. It's more than what I was envisaging at the start, but that's purely by chance. I'm still on the Lord of the Rings, the role-playing game system, so I'm still learning that, as it were. Yeah, I think that's kind of cool. That's gonna be fine. I mean, I'm gonna put flock on top of it and so on, anyways. So not a big deal. So I didn't expect to be getting into the One Ring as well, because, you know, at the time I first started looking into it, way too expensive. But one happen chance bargain on the core rulebook, and it's opened up a whole new world. Okay, for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about my up and coming solo Middle-earth RPG campaign, which is what all this preparation is for. You know, that's what it's all about. I'm doing my stuff on the bench, and you know, this is where it's at. We're doing something a little different, and yeah, so I'm hoping to do at least 2 seasons of it. Possibly I'd like to do more, but I'm aiming for 2 as a starting point. So season 1 and 2 are going to differ in that I'm going to be using a different rule set. So I know it's going to be like, well, I'll just get used to the rules of the role-playing game. You know, the first one I got. And then season 2 will come along and we'll be using the rules and game mechanics for the One Ring. Season 3? Well, who knows? Maybe 5e. I don't know, or the Free League Publishing up and coming rules that they're talking about, or that I've heard about. Heck, could be even out by now. I don't know. Could be out by now. Alright, so how was my week at work? It was alright, actually. It was relatively painless. I say relatively painless, but it wasn't painless. Some physical aches and pains ensued, but yeah, nothing a nice bath won't sort out, which is good. On my 3rd day this last week, I had to have a bath after to soak my aching muscles, but it does a great job of that, and I'm thankful for it. So I'm going to leave this here as is, and that's probably going to be the last we'll see of them for a while, because, you know, I need the bases to finish them off. I am a bit gutted that they aren't here, but like I say, that's life, and you can't do much about it. I'm just going to throw that spatula away. Just put my fingers in some water. I did manage to get myself some more red tone, though, this week. So I was getting low. And I've gone for Vallejo red tone, because it's a really good wash. Highly impressed with it, and I've just realised, talking about preparation, and I haven't even got my paints over here yet. Now that is the height of unpreparedness. Unpreparedness, is that even a thing? I don't know. So, yeah, paints are over. I just phoned the hospital, actually. I was going to make an appointment to see my mum tomorrow, but it says you've got a phone on the day. So, okay then. I'll do that tomorrow. And I'll phone my mum later. And yeah. So, I have my a Barrow white here. I know I'm going to need more than this. And yeah, I've got to bear in mind, this isn't going to be this isn't a game of Warhammer, so you know I'm not needing hundreds of figures to represent things. It is pure and simple a role-playing game, and that's it. So I don't need lots and lots of figures. I'm going to stick with this texture thing here to put a base on my Barrow white here. Zoom in a bit, shall we? Shall we do that? There he is. So far, a Reaper model, as a lot of the miniatures I'm using are. The majority of the figures I already have in my unpainted collection, so if nothing else, this whole escapade is going to prove useful to getting them painted up. So that's good. Now I'm using this because it's going to be the same texture for the Barrow Downs. Right, so if I'm going to put some on the back here. Did an online shopping order last night, but couldn't get it delivered because, and I knew this because of being in that sort of department where I work. Because they're asking, because there's more orders coming in than they have vans to fulfill the delivery slots. It's just not possible. And we added an extra delivery van as well recently, so we just don't have I mean, online shopping has skyrocketed, you know. So anyway, so they've been asking customers, can you collect instead? Some of them want to do that anyway, so that's what we just decided to go for that. Click and collect, yeah. So we're going to go and collect it today at lunchtime. We're going to do that, and that's our shopping for the weekend. Nice and cheap. It's a good price there, and this is before my employee discount. I haven't got my card through yet, which is annoying. One of those things you got to sort out, you know. It's like, oh, there's always something, but it could be worse. There's always someone worse off, so I'm thankful. I really am. Right, so that's Mr. Barrow White's base put on. I'll come back to him, I think. Looking at my Hobbit, which is, of course, it's Pippin actually, but he's going to represent a Hobbit for my game. You know, I haven't thought of a name yet, but yeah, I'll give him a green waistcoat. I think I'd like to do that. Sort of a green. Dark Angel's green. Angel green. It's so obviously Caliban green, isn't it? Right. Deathwild Forest, I think. It's kind of brown undertone to it. No, I don't want something a bit brighter, I think. Cyberite green? No. Not what I'm looking for. What have we got here? Ooh, Warpstone Glow with nothing happening. Ooh, my goodness, that's all gunked up there. Do I have another Warpstone Glow? This is a question. I do, actually. But I think I'm going to use it. I think I'm going to use this Warpstone Glow for his waistcoat. So, put a bit on my palette there, like so. water. So we want to fill them down anyway. And then character brush. Aha. And apply to the waistcoat. Then I've got to work out what colour I want his scarf to be, because we haven't done that yet. My wife is back to working from home. It wasn't proving very successful in the office, trying to, they try to adhere to all the regulations and so on about distancing, but it's not proven to be easy, so they've decided she can work from home for the next couple of weeks at least. So that's good. She prefers working from home anyway, which is good. I wish I could work from home. I've always said it would be nice to work from home. It's true, you've got more distractions at home, but it's it's a familiar, it's a safe, comfortable environment for you, isn't it? It's just nice, It's acting like a contrast paint because it's so thin here. That's alright, we can cope with that. So, while I think of it, let me know what you're working on. I always ask this of you, but I remember. I usually remember, because that's what I like reading about in my comments, what you're working on. It's so nice to imagine the models you're working on, and I don't know, it gives me a warm feeling. I can't describe it any other way. I find this, and this video series in particular, very relaxing. Very relaxing. I really do. I find it therapeutic. It's amazing. Hopefully you guys can get some use out of it as well. I do. I love other people's paint-alongs. I really do. I enjoy that. I know it's not the type of video for everybody. I know that. I appreciate that. I have a feeling that undercoat there needs to be yellow at the back. He's got a flap hanging down. I think that's part of his under. Yeah. Don't need to do that. Yeah, I appreciate it's not for everybody, but I just find them so handy, and I enjoy, hearing other people talk about their life and so on. I have a question for you guys. What do you all make of the Warhammer New Edition, then 9th edition, whatever, the 40k one? What do you all make of it? Are you enjoying it? Is it good? Is it panning out as you'd hoped? I only ask because just because I'm taking a bit of a back seat with it for a while. I'm still interested, Good to hear. It's good to hear. That way, when I do jump back into it one day, I kind of sort of know what to expect.
my daughter's boyfriend is an avid Warhammer fan, so who knows, might have a new opponent there in the future, which is good for the channel. I'm just so hobby-wise, I'm just so busy with this whole Middle Earth thing. It's taken me a while. And researching Middle Earth, I've always said that Middle Earth feels historical because it feels so real. So to me, it feels like I'm researching history. I'm doing the history of Middle Earth or whatever. And I imagine that this is the kind of joy that historical wargamers feel when they're researching their chosen eras. So there. That's what I imagine. There we go. Yeah, so Warpstone Glow is his outer jacket. Right. So I need yellow to do that bottom bit. Avalon Sunset. Ceramite yellow, I was going to say. There's no such thing. Ceramite white, isn't it? Right. So, Avalon Sunset. Glorious colour. Once again, I'm going to be filling it down. There we go. Just a smidgen of water. Smidgen more, I think. Yeah. And I think I'm going to use a detail brush. Right. Concentrating cap on. I do need to get some new brushes soon. But that's fine. I'm alright for a minute. Yeah, so I've got to do the yellow on this, and then think about his scarf, because that's pretty important, I think. Yeah. Need to get some paper towels sometime soon as well. I'm just gonna re-establish the green where his bag folds over. There. I think I'm not going to do his hair black. I'm going to do his hair brown. Rhinox hide, I think. I'm going to do some snakebite leather for his bag when we come to it. But I'm thinking Rhinox hide for his hair. Shaking this one up. Old brushes, so handy for glooping paint out of paint pots. Doesn't feel like there's ball bearing in this one, so we're going to add one. There we go. That's better. Right. Rhinox hide. There we go. Bit of water. Rhinox hide is quite thin anyway, I've noticed. A bit more. Get some highlights in there as well. Yeah, Rhinox hide is quite thin. Which I find surprising for a brown, but that's the way it is. So my week at work went quite smoothly. I start my week with Sundays, which I suppose is my favourite day of the week in work. Just, I don't know. It's going to sound weird, but it just doesn't feel as bad because it's a Sunday. I don't know, I have no other explanation. I suppose because traditionally it's the day of rest and yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think people are generally in a happier mood on a Sunday, it seems. Not all of them, but a lot. Enough to make a good difference. And I do that. And that's day one of my working week over with then. It's marvellous. And I'm done at 2 o'clock. I'm finished for the day. Good hours is good hours. His hair seems to be going on well. Yeah, I don't want him to have black hair. So many of the hobbits have black hair. Well, he's not. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with how that's turned out. Quite pleased indeed. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so as you saw at the start of the video, we're in the misty mountains here at the moment. God, it's fog everywhere. Gotta go out driving that later too, which I'm not looking forward to. Don't like driving in fog. It's just not. I'm not a fan of it, Still, I'll be going to where I work to pick up my weekly shopping, so it's fairly known to me, the roads, so hopefully that will stand me in good stead. I'm doing these straps on the back of. I was going to say Legolas, but it's not. It's just a generic elven bowman. Although I noticed that the Legolas figure is, or there is a Legolas figure that is almost identical to this, except instead of like the long robe thingies, or he's got like leggings instead, But other than that, I mean, it's exactly the same. But this isn't meant to be Legolas. I believe I have a Legolas figure kicking around somewhere. So, hopefully picking up my shopping will be painless. Certainly hope so. I do. Right. Now let's come to Beyond. So what needs doing on him? I think some highlights on the skin here, on the underskin of these robes. Right, I think we might need for that pink horror, because you know it's just highlights. And the Tuscarora fur thing is sort of pinkish anyway. Sorry. Whenever I open a paint, I try and pick the dry paint off from around the lip of the pot if I can. There we go. Just tidy that up. Otherwise, over time it becomes impossible to open and close. Right. Excellent. That's shut wonderfully well. Hey, so how much time are we on here? Oh my goodness, we're over the halfway mark. Can you believe that? Well, it's another video, that's for sure. I will be doing other videos. This is the first month that since P&Q finished, and it's gone by, and I would have normally filmed P&Q by now. I'm a little bit sad, but at the same time I'm a little bit grateful, because it's, it does take up time. And time is something I have not that much of these days, so I've got to utilise it as best I can. Well, this is a good highlight for this. Very good highlight for this. Yeah, pink horror. There we are. Yeah, so it was a bit. I was hoping to, when I phoned the hospital, I was hoping to be able to book an appointment for tomorrow. Book it today, but it says I got to phone up on the day. Oh, well, whatever. Go. Yeah. Don't want to do too much. Now, do I want to do a hairband or not? Maybe just have it as his, that's his. I've got a bear on the way, by the way. I don't know if I told you. I have a dye, but I don't know if it's going to be the right size. It needs to be fairly big. I can't remember if that's a Reaper one or not. I don't remember. Don't recall. I'm rather gassed here. Bit of an ashen grey is what we need here. Am I going to find it in amongst all the greys I have? That's the only thing when you get a lot of paint. Hey, there we go. When you get a lot of paint, difficult to find the one you want, but you know it's there. A lot of rummaging ensues. So very, very, very fine highlights. Bit of paint needs to come out of the lip of the lid here. There we are. I'm going to be doing a painting with patrons a video as well soon. Not sure if that's going to be... Well, I think it might be possibly building my model orcs. I am not sure. It'd be something like... It'd be something a little bit different anyway, I think. As opposed to the painting ones. I know I tried to be a little bit different at the start of this one by doing a little bit of terrain there, tiny little bit. They're just offcuts of the expanding foam, so might as well make use of them. Time for a new piece of kitchen towel. Next week I have to get kitchen towel. Ho 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 ho. Right. Back to detail brush. We're just trying to highlight the edge of the glove, or gauntlet, I suppose is a better word. Gauntlet. Yeah. There we go. Eshing Grey, if used subtly enough, does actually work. When I very first saw Eshing Grey used as a highlight for black, I was dubious. First time I saw it was on a Deathwatch model, I believe. And I thought, I'm not sure if that would work or not. I don't know. But we'll see. Snakebite leather. Going to be going on the Hobbit here for his pack. So I will use a character brush for that one. So, snakebite leather. Yeah, the contrast paints are some of them are lovely, like the browns. I love the browns. Some of them, like, you know, the black are a bit, so you need to water them down a bit. Well, not water them down, but thin them down with the medium. I believe the red, and some of the red ones are quite strong too. That's that. Probably flock his base as well. time have we got here? Right. Nearly time to be going to get the shopping. I have time yet. I do have time yet. I've got to do his scarf. That's something that's bugging me. I don't know what colour to do his scarf. I'm giving him bright colours because I want him to be a bright, gay fellow, full of life and positivity, which hobbits are renowned for. Or some of them are. And yeah, bright colours. Part of me wants to put a Mephiston red scarf on him. I'm not sure how that would look. Well, let's just find out, shall we? Let's find out. Let's find out. Mephiston red is my favourite red out of all the reds. Just love it. Nice deep red colour. Gorgeous. Right. Yeah, the only way we'll find out if this is going to work or is viable is to actually do it and see. I think it's going to be alright, actually. I think it's going to be alright, by Jove. Why is that not going in this tiny recess edge of his scarf? There. Right. Yeah. For me that works. For me it works. Yep. So we can comment on his brightly coloured attire later in the adventure, can't we? Okay. No washes on him yet. And I've got to do the strap. If the Rhinox side is dried out. No, I don't think so. Still usable. So that's good. That's good. That's good. Got like a little toggle or thing holding his cloak around his neck. I might have to put something metallic in there, like brass or something. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see on that one. Put another belt thing here. Yeah. Of course, that flap coming down, that could be part of his scabbard, couldn't it? Yeah, thinking about it, that is exactly what it is. So, go over the yellow with Rhinox. Right. There we go. Now he's coming on. Okay, so something metallic. copper. Hass Hut copper. How's that? That will do nicely, sir. I'm not even going to water it down or fill it down. Hold on one moment. My wife is calling. Hello?
Been asked to take lunch now and be ready for 1:15. And I said, well, make it 1:30 at 6 o'clock. Pick up my grocery shopping between 1 and 2. I said, I can be there for 1 o'clock and then come straight out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go and get something to eat now.
Okay, my love.
And then if we can go out about, well, no, it only takes 10 minutes, won't it?
10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, 10 to 1, be there for 1 o'clock, pick it up and come back then.
Yep, okay.
He hasn't spoken to me. Tim's just sent me a message.
What did he say then?
Tim, hi Bex, I'm working with John at the moment. Can you take lunch now? Be ready to work with him at 1:15. I said, can it be 1:30 as I've got to pick up my grocery shopping between 1 and 2? I can be there for 1 p.m. and come straight over. Okay, I'll pass the message on. John's been he's in his flat, isn't he?
Yes, he is, my love. Yes, he is.
I sent you a message about an email that I'm just sending. That I've put together to send to the recruiter. If you can have a look over it when you come in.
Okay, my love. I will do that. Yeah, that's fine. Alright.
Okay. Alright then. Alright, darling. I'll see you later.
See you shortly then, yes.
Oh, I must say. Bye, darling.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
And that. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah. Right, sorry about that, guys. A phone call came in. I had to take it. So yeah. Right. In the meantime, I've done the copper sort of woggle thing on his cloak there. Less is more, especially in this case. Right, no more will I do on him now until he's dried. Okay. Barrow white, and we're looking at shade wash. Right, shade wash, non-oil. No oil. I'm using a character brush, which is uncharacteristic. Ah, see what I did there? For this type of job, right? Okay. It's a little too small, really, but I'm a regiment brush would be too big. Yeah, I feel. Right, so we got the wash on bits of the Barrow white there. I mean, he's looking pretty cool, I have to say. He wouldn't look very colourful, a Barrow white, anyways. Well, we're at 55 minutes, so I think this is a suitable place to bring this episode to a close. Let me just. The one figure I was hoping to do a bit more on was the elf, but that's okay. We did some work on him, on the straps on the back of his quiver. We've done work on the Hobbit. Done work on Beorn and Radagast the Brown. So zoom out. There we are. Wash my brush off from the metallic, a separate pot. And there we're good to go. So that's what I've done in this episode of On the Bench with Pete. Pretty pleased with it. Because, you know, these episodes certainly get work done, and I'm really pleased with what I've managed to get done. So let me know what you're working on. As I said before, please hit like. That's quite important. It helps YouTube's algorithm. I need to get more views, really, sort of try and build some traction up with viewing. I know it's a niche, paint along videos, but I also know that there's a lot of people out there that like it, so the more we can bring it to other people's attention, the more likely it is they will jump on board. And yeah, so share and subscribe, of course, and hit that bell button if you want notifications of future uploads. I'm not showing my face because I don't want to ruin the camera tripod that it's on. Yeah, I know. Yeah. And yeah, so until the next time, guys, remember, all brushes lead to war. See you then. Bye.